A big step.
I've been earning 80 pounds a month. I just said yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, yeah. I came here without any money. I was selling burgers in a Tottenham Stadium. What was the turning point in my life? You inviting people to clubs and you getting paid for that. It was the moments then I didn't have money, I didn't know what to do and how to live. Lots of really hard moments. Can you just do something for me to stop crying?
Welcome to Let's Go Deep. My name is Molly Abdoli and today I'm interviewing one of the world top business connectors, Julia Titova. She is the founder of SVOI platform. She has organized more than 2,000 business events and they are amazing. At one of them I launched my book.
First of all, thank you for inviting me here today. And I think behind every success, it's a big journey with lots of ups and downs. And I am who I am today only because all those paths that I went through.
You are such an amazing connector these days, and I think you have very good intuition about people and which people would work good together, which businesses would be great if they make some partnerships and all these things. Did you have it from your childhood?
I always liked people. I'm the people person. So then I was young. So from my childhood, I always wanted more. So I was doing gymnastics since I was 4. So I was always trying to achieve more. So I'm definitely the type of person who is like overdoing things.
But how did you do that? Because I know that you had a very tough childhood. When we were walking in Hyde Park, okay, at some point we were sitting on the bench, you told me about your mom. I'm so sorry about that. So, and she had...
Yeah, she had cancer. So then I was 10. We were living in the south of Russia, and then my parents divorced, and it was really hard period time.
You were 10 when they divorced.
Yeah, then it's all started, and it was not an easy moment because they didn't tell me and explain me what's going on. But at that age, I was already understanding that something happening. I've been hearing how they fighting, arguing, and I was just crying alone in my bedroom, and it wasn't easy. And then after 2 years, my mom been diagnosed with cancer. So it was 4 years of
Fight with cancer.
Yeah. So operation, then she was getting better, then again. So it was really tough and definitely.
And you had to look after her.
Yeah, we had a nanny who stayed with us, but it was a moment then I stayed with my mom alone, and it was some really, really traumatic moments there as well.
Were you afraid, or what did you feel at that time?
I was really, at that period of time, I'm really grateful to my parents for everything they gave me, because they gave me the best they could give to me. And but coming back now, because throughout my journey, I work a lot with different therapists, different sessions, self-development, psychologists, spirituality, and everything. But it was really a really big trauma. For example, then I was staying with my mom alone and needed to carry her to the toilet, and she was passing out, and I was 14 or 15. It was hard. I felt absolutely lonely, frustrated, scared, because I didn't know what to do. I didn't have no one really to talk through those things.
Do you think because you felt lonely in your childhood, today you are surrounded with thousands and thousands of people?
Maybe that might be one of the reasons as well.
Interesting, yes. And what happened after?
So I was 16, my mom passed away. My relatives, I love them to the moon and back, but they literally just didn't talk to me through that. So
yes,
I was like really like closed, like inside myself, and it was a big trauma. Like for 10 years after my mom passed away, I wasn't able to even to hear the word mom. So it was so painful. So it was really, really deep, like inside me. And I remember, like in the funeral, I wasn't even able to come and say goodbye to her. So all those thoughts been going, through my mind, and I just didn't know how to cope with that.
Were you close to your dad?
Yes. I always was a daddy girl. Daddy girl grown up on the football fields. And
Oh, that's why you love football.
Of course.
Okay, now we know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And when did you move to St. Petersburg?
So I finished school in Cherpovets. I don't think many people knows about it. And then I decided to go from Cherpovets to St. Petersburg. It was a big step for me. And we're studying in 2 universities.
What did you study?
I studied law and management. And at the same time, I was working as a hostess in like big center with like lots of restaurants, casino.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you decide to move to London? Because it was like a big step to move from Cherpovets to St. Petersburg, but then London, wow.
Yeah, this...
and you were young.
Yeah, I moved to London when I was 21. And I always say that I'm a people's person, and the decision to move to London, it wasn't my decision. It was a friend of mine, we've been studying together in the uni. She told me, Julia, let's go to London. I'm like, are you normal? How would it go? How would we go to London? It's so far away, it's expensive, I don't have money, because at that time I was working as a hostess. I've been earning 80 pounds a month. Yeah, 80 pounds a month. And just to be able to buy a ticket, it's
here you can
minimum like 3 months of work.
Wow.
But
just the tickets, I mean,
just the tickets,
you have to leave. Yes, as well.
And then she said, like, look, it's girls who are 1 year like older than us from uni. They found a college. They traveling to London like recently, and it is possible. And it's now that I believe everything is possible.
Yes.
At that age, I wasn't that smart.
Where is that girl now?
She's still in London.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not that close anymore, but we communicate, chat sometimes. And I'm for that step. I think it was one of the most important steps in my life.
Of course, yes.
And then I started to believe in that. She's like, look, this is how we do visa. This is they're gonna help us to find a college. So we found the cheapest college in London, and
to have your student visa.
To have a student visa. And actually, the idea was to come to London for 3 months, and then to move from St. Petersburg to Moscow. That was our initial idea.
But then you decided that London is better.
Yeah, then all this journey with visas. I'm now looking back in myself because I don't like this like paperwork. For me this is like stress. So I'm really, really grateful to myself in 2007 that I took that risk. At 21, just arrange like visa and everything, and to go to the city where you don't speak the language, you don't know anyone in this city. I have no idea where we're flying. I just said yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, yeah. And I love that risk, and I love myself for
making that decision.
For making the decisions. And
so you arrived to the capital of the world.
Yeah, the only thing I knew that London is
the capital of Great Britain.
The capital of Great Britain. Yeah, and it was 19th of November 2007.
Wow.
And I fall in love with this city.
Okay.
I really truly fall in love in this city. In first 7 days, we visited 14 museums. We've been going by bus number 8 to our college in Edinburgh.
Such a good memory.
Yeah. Wow. To our college in Edinburgh every morning for 9 in the morning classes. So we've been studying for 3 hours, I think. And afterwards, we've been just exploring the city. Every day, non-stop, going, seeing museums, like different places. And before that, I was so surprised, that in the morning I was going to the park and the grass is green, and the sun was shining. I'm like, wow,
which London is that?
This is paradise.
Sun in July.
Time is different now, and I don't know, but London took my heart. Yes. I really fall in love with it.
Yes. So how did you make your living in London?
Ooh. Before I came here, I asked, of course, I needed to consult with my dad, and because I wasn't able to buy the flights, to buy the college, and to have money even for super simple like bed in a shared bedroom. So I came here without any money. And then I arrived here, I realized that London is an expensive city.
Wow. What a surprise!
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god. Okay, we figure out how to
museums are for free.
Museums for free. That was amazing.
That's why you were there all the time.
The Oyster cards at that time, you probably now as well. You had this bus pass where you buy the cheapest one, where you travel just by bus. So I traveled everywhere just by bus. And and then I'm like, we need to find a job. What to do? And we found again through people, through friends, through college. We just actively started to search something. So I was selling burgers in the Tottenham Stadium. Thanks God, I love football.
Oh, yes.
But then I found a job as a waiter. In some restaurant. So lots of different experience. I just tried to find any opportunities where it was possible to earn money.
Yeah, so this is amazing. So if you are sitting somewhere in Chiripavets or St. Petersburg and you are dreaming to see the capital of Great Britain, don't give up. Everything is possible.
Everything is possible. Yes. The most important thing, just believe in yourself, and if you dream about something, it's already happening to you.
Yes.
You just need to start to take steps, to take actions, to take risks.
Yes, I always remind my kids that they are so lucky that they live in this city, that there are so many, thousands, millions of people. They are dreaming to see Big Ben. They are dreaming to see Big Ben, to get a visa to come here. And now they are just going to, London. Mama, where do we go, in May? We go to Miami. I'm like, no, you're staying. Yes, that's amazing. So... what happened afterwards? You were studying, and after 3 months you decided you're staying.
No, before that, I fell in love with the city almost straight away. Straight away. I really had this. I don't know how to explain it. It's probably similar as love with a man and woman. So then I arrived to this city. I'm like, this is my place. It was like this.
Okay. And so how did you manage to stay? Because it's not easy to come. It's not easy to get a visa.
Yeah.
But to stay here, survive here, and how many years have you been living here?
So what happened? What was the turning point in my life is that at one day I received a text message inviting me to my Vida club. And my villa was one of the super famous like place where Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, all these fancy celebrities been going. I'm like, who is inviting me in there? So later I realized that it's promoter, so someone probably passed my number or something like that. So I went out, and because I love people, so I'm really socially, become friends with everyone there. So then they invited me the second time, and it was a promoter who was just inviting, people to the clubs. And a few times, like going out, he offered me, like, Julia, why don't you want to become a promoter? I'm like, promoter? What does that word mean? So I didn't understand what does that mean.
Yes.
Like, you inviting people to clubs and you getting paid for that. I was like, seriously? Is it true? So I'm inviting people to such an amazing places because I love to give people their emotions. And for me, it was not a job. For me, it was because everything I liked before, like if I find a good, like, I don't know, like beauty salon, or if I find a good, like, specialist, or if I find like a good business club, or like, doesn't matter what, I would invite people there naturally.
Yes.
So this is my skill that I was born with. And he's like, oh, you bring people to the club and you're getting paid £5 per person. And I was getting, as a waiter, I was getting £5 per hour. And then my logic, like, in a restaurant or in a, like, burger thing in a stadium, it was £5 an hour. And here I'm thinking, I'm bringing cool people to cool places, and I'm also getting paid for that and having fun and meeting more interesting people.
Heaven.
Heaven. So I'm like, yes, I'm definitely in. He's saying, okay, then you have to bring 20 people next Friday. I'm like, okay. And this is again, say yes and then think how.
Yes.
I didn't speak English. I didn't have any friends in London. That was not the clubs that everyone can enter, because it was like really high end and really high, like, face control and everything. But yeah, it was a big challenge, and I think this skill still helps me a lot in the business. Then I see the opportunity, I always say yes, and then I think how.
Yeah, great. And this is how you met your husband?
Later.
Okay.
So I become the promoter. I managed to bring this 20 people, and then it's like one place, another. Then I opened my events company. We started to bring like artists and doing like more like bigger, brighter. At one point, I remember it was, at that time, my company name was like Julia Boo Parties.
Boo?
Yeah.
Why boo or boobs?
No, boo. Okay. Because one of the security in a club on Air Street in Dolce, she just, because it was in a positive way, boo, because I always was so positive and smiley. I was like, boo! Okay. And she was like always like, then Julia is coming, then like celebration started.
It's true, till now. Yes.
So yeah, and this is how I met my ex-husband. So on the way from club to after party place in a taxi at 3 o'clock at night.
Okay, that's a good start. Good start.
So yeah, it was interesting, beautiful journey, because I was in the event industry, he was in the event industry. We started to do lots of things together and.
Yes. So you had this tragedy in your life with your mom. Then you are coming to London. Everything is great. Yes.
Not everything is great, I mean, being in London, it was lots of ups and downs. It was moments then I didn't have money. I didn't know what to do and how to live. So it was lots of really hard moments.
Okay. So why did you say ex-husband? What happened?
Oh,
we are going deep. You said
I didn't expect to be that deep.
Of course, as deep as you can.
Okay, so it was a beautiful story. Like really beautiful story. It was the like real love for me. I hope for him as well. Hello. If you watch me. So we always, had like amazing time together, lots of fun, and it was some difficulties with the visa situation at the same time as well. So it was a period when I needed to go back to Russia to exchange my visa type, and I don't know how to say it correctly, but then when we went through this old process with like changing the visa and the long distance
to marriage visa,
and we had a beautiful wedding and a beautiful honeymoon with lots of our friends, and then I came back to London. My husband was different. So I found out that he cheated on me, and it was
this is deep. Okay.
and it was some other things.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
I'm not gonna go into that.
Because it's his life.
Yeah, that deep. But for me, it was really hard. Because I didn't know what's happening. As like one day he was like loving husband and like, Julia, I love you so much, and la 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 la, and we are together and everything is good. And the next day, like he didn't like come back home or come back like really like aggressive and being like, oh, don't touch me. And I'm really emotional person. I'm really empathic person. So for me, my heart was like really breaking because I was living in I just didn't understand what's happening. And so yeah, few months like this, and then I found out that he's cheated on me. Emotionally, I was completely broke. Completely, because I didn't know what to do. I was like, I was going mental at that time.
Yes. And you went to Bali.
Yes. I didn't have other options because at that time, because business, we had the separate companies, but we still did lots of things together. All of our friends are like the same.
Common, yes.
Everything common. We are living together. Like everything is common. And at that point, I had the feeling like someone just cut half of me. So I didn't sleep at night from the stress. I was waking up in like from the stress and anxiety and completely like wet bed because of sweating from the stress. So I took a decision to fly to Bali. At that time, I don't remember who, but someone recommended me a good spiritual
teacher.
I was so emotionally like
Destroyed.
Psychologically destroyed that I couldn't stop crying. Even like air hostesses, they were a little bit scared because I was just like, I don't know that people can cry so much, to be honest, because it was just like a rivers, like going.
It's better to cry than to keep it inside.
Yeah, and
so what helped you to overcome this?
Connection with myself, the real connection with my inner self, because I completely lost it before that. So we've been doing practices, yoga, some super simple steps. And I remember when I came to her, she asked me a question like, what do you want to achieve
in life?
Not in life, with like working with me. And I was like, please, can you just do something for me to stop crying? Because at that point I wasn't able to control myself. And yeah, we were doing like simple exercises. I remember some of them, just staying like this, just working on the energy, and some simple yoga exercise. I was riding a bike at that time, I remember. So I was driving around the island, visiting different places, and discipline and working with her every day, step by step, like slowly, I got back to myself.
And did you return to London?
Yes, yes. I returned to London. While I was in Bali, I already managed to arrange my study in a college, because my plan was to continue my education and to do master degree. For that, I needed to pass the IELTS at a certain level. I carry on with events, and I created my next project, which I launched in 2012. It was Miss USSR UK, and it was a really big era of my life. The idea again of connecting and uniting, and at the same time, 2012 I went to study my master degree, and I started a project. And 2011, it was so many different beautiful, events that I did. Like different masquerade balls and different theme parties, theme events. It was really nice.
How do you make all these events? Because I know that you hate admin.
I wouldn't say I hate admin. I love the system, and I'm a good not organizer. But I see, when I see, I'm not a person who just dream. So then I see the idea, I straight away see the path, how you realize it. And it's already everything in my mind, you have to do this, and I already see the roadmap how to do it. Then I find the right people, and then it's happening.
So easy.
So easy, yeah.
So easy, okay.
No, and the mistake that I've done, then I came back, and after my breakup with my husband, my ex-husband, I started to work too much. This is where I really become proper workaholic.
Do you think it was your escaping mechanism?
Yes, it was 100% my escaping mechanism. So if you have any trauma in your life, don't go to escaping mode, because you hurting yourself even more. I think it's the worst thing you can do.
So it could be work, drugs, alcohol, parties, strange relationships one after another.
Yeah, I had that as well.
Tell me more about that. I think it will be 2 hours.
Yeah, I had, because for me it was a big trauma, because I loved my ex-husband so much, and I'm really loyal person, so I couldn't imagine myself with other man. So for me it was a big trauma. So no one wasn't even able to touch me like this, because I was like, no. But then something happened, and I just ended up in a relationship, which lasted 1 year, but it was really, really needed at that time.
Good.
Yeah.
I see your smile. I just started to remember those. Good. I can tell. Good job.
It was a good doctor. Thank you.
Yes, but then I know that again, something happened to your dad.
Yeah, so I started Miss USSR project. So I was thinking oh my God, I'm superwoman. I can manage to do a master degree in London. And
while doing the project,
I still had this syndrome of a good girl. And I was always thinking that even my mom passed away. At that period of time, I was still thinking that I have to do something to prove my mom that I'm good. This pattern I had at that time. I had this pattern, and I also at that time my dad was alive. So, and as I'm a dating girl, so I always did things to make my dad to be proud of me. That was my not really healthy motivation, but we are going deep. So of
course,
so we are doing it deep. So,
Thank you so much. You're so open, and thank you for sharing it. Yes.
Yeah.
So what happened with the dad?
So that was, then I started like I was in the process of my uni when I like finished it. I was growing the Miss USSR project. Dad was coming, you know, more and more often to London because we had like really close like relationship. Even his 50th birthday he celebrated here. At that period of time, I also worked a lot on my personal and spiritual growing. Different like trainings. I learned how to open up more. I learned what emotions, like what are the feelings, and then I started to go through all the variety of feelings. I'm like, really, we can feel that? So I was like going deeper and deeper. We had a really nice chats with my dad, even that we love each other so badly, like really. We never had a deep conversation with each other. It was hard for both of us to express feelings. And we managed to, I'm gonna cry now.
No.
We managed like to pass like this stage, and then the dad last time came to London. It was his birthday, 13th February, mine 14th February. And so we did like everything, like, because we travel a lot. When he arrived, we went to have like afternoon tea in a Dorchester hotel, and finally I took him to football, and he's a legendary football player. And then before he left, I was like, Dad, oh my God, we did everything. We traveled all around, like UK, Scotland. We visited all the places. Like, what are we gonna do next? And then he was leaving. He gave the key. I'm like, why are you giving me your key? This is my house, is your house. I don't know, probably he felt something, I don't know. And at that time I was also waiting for my British passport. So 1 week before it's happened, no, on Monday before it's happened, I called my lawyer and I asked, can you please take my passport out? She's like, are you traveling somewhere? I'm like, no, just can you please get me my passport? She was like, you know, it can affect the case and la la la. I'm like, no, I need it.
Just like, intuition or something.
Yeah. And on Friday, I received a call from my sister that passed away while playing football on a playground. So
he was young, 50.
51, 52. So for me, it was shock, like total shock. So I don't even remember the like 1 month. Then it's then it's happened. So I completely, like, probably because of a stress or trauma. I think this is my coping mechanism as well. Yeah, it was. So I straight away, like, thanks that I have like beautiful people around me again, like my brother-in-law. I don't even now I don't remember how I managed to get to the airport, but I remember my best friend met me she just gave birth at that time. She met me in airport to go to another flight, and 2 of my friends like came with me, and they were with me like 24/7. But that was really really difficult period of my life. But this is life.
Yes. But what gave you strength? How did you go through it?
I believe only our inner self can give us the strength. I had my work. So after this, you know, I've just again working with different like therapists as well. So I went back for funeral. I stayed there for some time. It was a moment, the day when I was leaving, that I was stressing so much that at some point I thought that I finish. I was like literally I thought that I'm dying. Not a panic attack, not a standard panic attack, but literally. And that was the aha moment for me. I'm like, Julia, stop. You have to leave. I mean, like, you have to carry on. This is not the end for you. This is just the... We're all gonna be there, like, sooner or later, and we don't know if it's like next lives and what's happening after.
Yes.
So, and then I think that was the most like scariest moment like in my life. Then I put myself in a condition that I almost like passed away. That it was so bad that I was like, Julia, like, phew, and I managed somehow to put myself together. I came back to London. I had event that I wasn't able to cancel, and I needed to present in front of I don't remember 400 or 500 people. My friends, people around me, I had like a massive support from my people at that time, and with ups and downs, I somehow managed to survive it. And
but when you had this moment when you said, I have to leave, so I think that's the point when your vision helps you a lot.
yes, definitely. I think to have the vision, to understand your real why, and to understand like where you going in general, it really helps you in such moments.
So what was your why? Or what is your why today?
My why is really big. I really want to leave some big legacy after myself. I would love to build a company that definitely going to be a unicorn, and that will change life of millions of entrepreneurs, like for better. And I'm already making a big impact on a day-to-day life like to people life, but I would love more. I love to create. I love to then the big ideas become into reality. I love that. I would love to have family, and I would love to have kids, of course. I'm dreaming about big family, Christmas time with kids,
beautiful.
Grandkids, dogs.
It's coming. It's on the way.
I know.
Yes, definitely. So you've been through a lot of ups and downs, and to have all these situations, I mean, at a very young age, and so I'm doing Kabbalah class, and recently they were saying that the higher the goals, the soul's purposes, the more chaos in life.
Yes.
So you have so much chaos in life,
and I'm so excited.
So can you imagine what is like the purpose of your soul? Yes. If there is someone out there going through like the hardest period of their life, they don't have physical health, and of course when the problem comes, it brings all the other things like financial instability, like maybe they're having relationship problems. What should they do? What
I did, I cannot tell people like what should they do, because for everyone it's their their own paths and things that help them. The time when my dad passed away, I would like always in my life. I think I find the specialist who support me to get out of this. It's amazing that you have friends or you don't have friends. It's amazing to have people around you to support you. But in a situation like this, you need professionals. I had a period when I have completely like financial breakdown as well, and it was together with my dad passing away. It's lots of finance. Yeah, it's always come together. So I went to NHS and I just said, guys, this is what's happening to me. So they gave me a great support. I was visiting just to be, if you're going through a hard time, ask for help and be open to receive this help. Try to like find any opportunity. It's lots of opportunities out there to to receive this help. So I was going to a groups where we've been talking like through different things. It helps me a lot. Then I'm somehow managed to stabilize my like financial situation. Reading, it's so much, you know, now you can see like YouTube videos, just everything to get you out there. And I'm the one who is always, I'm hungry for knowledge. I'm hungry for become the better version of myself every day. So I'm generally, I love this life so much.
Yes, you do.
So it doesn't matter what's happening to me. I'm even sometimes, some people might think I'm crazy, but if something bad happening to me, I'm thinking, oh my God, this is amazing. I can cry, I can go like really deep and crying. But then I'm like, Julia, if this happening, that means you're coming to a new level and something really good gonna start happening to you. So the most important, when you go into this like, oh, boom, boom, you are bad, you this, you that, just get yourself out of there. Look, go back to your vision. You don't have vision, just open the diary, write this vision. The gratitude journal helps a lot to just to say thank you for yourself, even for small little things. Why you are, you know, a cool person. Just start writing the little thing like, I'm amazing because I opened my eyes today. Like, I'm amazing because I'm doing this interview with you now. You can always find the little things to be grateful for and why you are amazing. And
that you're alive.
That you're alive. And where is your, like your energy is, where is your focus? If you're thinking you feel bad, you will feel worse. If you're thinking you feel good, you feel better.
Yes, I know. I mean, but a lot of people talk about it, but sometimes, I mean, you know as well that sometimes there are periods like you just can't take it anymore.
And then it's a period that if this is something short term and you feel down, just enjoy it. Really?
You're masochist.
One day, like, oh my God, I feel so down. Good. The mistake I did before, like many years ago, I was like, oh my God, I feel bad. Oh my God, I feel so bad because I feel bad. And this is when you eat yourself and your energy from inside. When you started to like push yourself even harder. Just accept everything as it is. It's normal to be not ideal. It's normal to be not perfect. The most important, when you're connected with yourself, like, that's it. I feel bad today. Okay.
Let's feel it. Yes, it's good to go deeper there as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and then the next day, it's much better than you try to fight with it.
Yeah, definitely. The fighting with anything, it's definitely wrong, in my opinion. My attitude is I'm just accepting things. You know, some people, I'm fighting with this, with that. It's already like bad and wrong energy. Why to fight when you can just accept it? I had this, I was so afraid, like, and scared of high. So to walk on the bridges and everything. When you're afraid of something, this is such a massive energy behind it. And then you go through it.
Yes.
This is like the aha moment. I remember when I did a skydive in Dubai.
Beautiful.
I was doing like step by step. So I was working and trying to become a friend with my
fear.
Yeah, with my fear of heights. So I was like, okay, let's do a zip line. Let's go in a high floor restaurant. Let's do a hot air balloon. So just slowly, like go there.
You mentioned that you were taking antidepressants at some point.
Yes.
After
my dad passed away, I was for a really short period of time. I think it was less than a month. But I would never say never, but I personally believe that everything in our heads, and it's
Yes.
you can work with like specialists, with different practices, with spiritual like healers or whatever. Everyone has their own methods.
Yes.
But
You would not recommend.
I would not, for myself, I would never take them again, because to stop it, it was such a...
I know, yes, because you get addicted to it. And so I'm reading this book. I think it's like third time I'm mentioning on the videos. It's called Lost Connections. It's about depression, the nature of depression. They say that antidepressants are so bad.
Yeah.
And they explain the reason and the whole like pharmacy industry behind it. And you know what, depression, like you were not going through depression, you didn't have this hormonal imbalance in your brain. That's why, I mean, if you have like some imbalance in your brain, like chemical imbalance, you have to take antidepressant. But you are going through grieving, which is a completely different story. So they shouldn't have recommended you to take antidepressant. So that's why, like, if anyone is considering, I highly recommend to read that book. It's called Lost Connection. I can find the link and put it below. Yes, and thank you, Julia. So. Last pieces of advice you would give our audience. What keeps you so like nice and fit and full of energy?
Be in connection with yourself. This is a changing point at everything. Then every day. Now I'm thinking like entrepreneur Molly looking at entrepreneur Julia, and Julia talking about random thing, because I had like, lots of different periods of my life, and I was working a lot most of my life, of course, but the real success come then you have this balance, and to have this balance, everything comes from the self-love and to connection
what
with
is
yourself.
self-love?
Then you accept yourself as you are, and then you just enjoy every moment of your life.
Yes, because I think lots of people do not really understand what self-love. They think, oh, I go to spa, I go shopping, I love myself, but it's not.
It's not about that. It's when you really love yourself, everything just comes to your life, so easily. And if something difficult happened, it just, the universe, the God, like everyone believes in their own thing, just guide you to your right path. So just to be in connection with that. The simple things, I don't know, 100,000 steps to drink water, those simple things.
Of course, yes.
Self-love, it's what you, like your body is your temple.
Yes, absolutely.
So treat your body as your temple. What people are you allowed to enter into your life? How you spend like every moment of your life. What people are around you. Are they lifting you or are they putting you down? This is all about self-love.
Yes. Thank you very much for watching us. If you want to have
Cheers!
even more wisdom from Julia and more business related, watch our second episode. See you later. Let's go deep.
See you!
Ah.